everyone, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I'm back with the best bead boxes from potomacbeads.com for the month of January 2021. I'm so sorry I couldn't share the boxes last month. They didn't even get to me until the beginning of January because of just how crazy shipping is right now, and I'm just glad that these got to me in the same month. So the reason I have two boxes, if you are newer here, they have two different sizes. They have a best bead box, which is the smaller one, and then they have the best bead box XL. I like to share both of them in one video in order to give you a side-by-side comparison of the differences between the two boxes. And to get all the details about the subscription, I'll leave the link to their site right down below the video. And I do have a coupon code for this one. It's Opal10. With a capital O. I'm going to flash that on the screen and also leave that below as well. They have all different options as far as lengths of subscriptions and things, and that does affect the price. If you subscribe for a longer period of time, you get more of a discount off of the box price itself. So let's go ahead and get into the smaller version of the box, which I think is this one. This one's lighter. And we're going to find out what our theme is when we open up this box. And I reuse these, by the way. These are very sturdy boxes with a magnetic closure. And it looks like our theme is called Sunset Sunrise. So we're going to be looking at some tones of purple, copper, and gold as we get into this. And if we flip this over, we have the list of what's included in the box. And then of course, a link at the bottom. You can go there for more ideas for things that you might have gotten in your box and maybe you're not sure what to do with. So this box is great for people who are trying to learn bead weaving. It's also great if you just enjoy bead weaving and you want to have a pattern and all the materials ready to go. And not only do they include the written pattern for you, they also have a video tutorial to go with it. So in that first column, we see the pattern that we received this month that's called Polaris Bracelet Pattern, and then the list of beads and things that go with that. And then you also get additional items for your bead stash, and we have those items listed. So here's a look at the pattern for this month, the Polaris Bracelet by Anna Taylor. And as usual, we have a fold-out pattern with descriptive steps and colorful diagrams. So depending on how you like to follow patterns, whether that's a printed pattern or a video, they have you covered as far as that goes. And then here's a look at the contents of what's inside. And first we see a bag of everything that goes with the pattern. So I'm going to take this out and then we'll get into the other items for the stash. All right, so the first item on our list there is a cushion cut stone, which is by Potomac, their house brand, and it's just a clear crystal 12 millimeter cushion cut square. There's a look at the back. It looks to be in good shape, nice and sparkly. And then we have some seed beads to go with this pattern. We have some 11-0s that are all packaged up. You can see mine came in this topaz color, kind of translucent. And these are Miyuki, like you can see. So good quality seed beads, great for bead weaving. Also some size 15-0 Miyuki seed beads. This selection is in more of a taupe color, and colors can vary a little bit from box to box. So that's one thing I'll show you once we look at the XL, how these two boxes compare color-wise. We also have a bag of 4 grams of the Potomac tubelet beads. These are one of their shapes that they manufactured to kind of replace bugle beads in some patterns, just a little bit thicker and smoother. And I received mine in this champagne creamy color. Then I have 1 cut button. Love that rose gold finish, they usually call it. Yeah, white lilac gold luster. So surely this will be used for the clasp. You can see that, very nice. Oh, cool. There's also some gemstone rounds in the 4 millimeter. These are the labradorite, and they're all packaged up. They don't look like they're too flashy or anything, just maybe a little teensy bit, but that's all right. That's something I like about the Potomac boxes, is that they give you a really wide range of materials to work with. And even if you don't use it for this particular pattern, these are good items to have. And then finally, some check rounds in the 3 millimeter size. Mine are in this metallic mix called Ancient Gold. And you can see how these colors all kind of go together. and will work well in this pattern. And what I find too is that they give you more than you need, and a lot of times they'll give you twice as many beads as you need to complete a project, especially with the seed beads and things. So even though these are specifically for this, you should have some left over. All right, now getting into the beads from our stash. We see the first item is 5 grams of pie duos. Oh, nice. So these are in the white Lila Vega luster, that beautiful purple color, and I don't have these. I do have some other colors of pie duos that they had sent me, and I used them in a tutorial. I will try to link that in the corner. I used them along with those new quad bow beads that they had sent a couple months back. So those little pie slice shaped with the 2 holes that run up and down from the wider base to the pointed top. And Potomac, it looks like they've been coming out with a lot of patterns that incorporate the pie duos in different shapes. So if you're not sure what to do, they have lots of ideas. And then next is a package of 7 grams of check faceted rondelles, 4x7 millimeter. And the color I received is called Opal Gray Swirl. So it actually looks a little bit pinkish in the background, then it has some deeper dark gray and black looking swirls along with that. Those are unique. Kind of a compressed, rounded shape with a little bit of faceting around the edges. They also sent a bag of some more of their crystals. These are the disco balls, and there's 25 pieces inside. These are the 8 millimeter size, so very flashy, purplish and gold. And there they are in my hand, lots of fun, sparkly beads. We also have a bag of Potomac crystal snowflakes. Those are gorgeous. And it actually says on my list that there's going to be 3, but there's 4 in my bag. So I don't know if everybody got 4 or if that was just a typo, but that's definitely a happy accident. I'll take 4. And these are really beautiful. I'm actually impressed with these. I'm telling you, the quality is coming a long way on some of these Chinese crystals. So they've done a great job with the shape and the faceting. The hole looks to be pretty smooth, and none of mine have any sorts of weird cracks or jagged edges. So that's good. Very nice. And then next we have a resin cabochon. This is in Black Midnight Pearl, and it's an 18 millimeter size. That's really neat. This does have kind of a mother of pearl look, reminds me of Aurora Borealis in a night sky. I can definitely see why they included this in this particular theme. It kind of glows green and pink against a dark black background. And another example of something different that they include in the subscription, besides just different types of beads, they include things like this that you can bezel around. Next, we have a package of silky beads. There's 9 grams inside, and this is a beautiful reddish copper color and a matte metallic type finish. These silky beads are sort of like the Checkmate's tiles, but they're on an angle, so they form more of a diamond shape when they are strung. The holes run from one point to another, and then one side is flat and the other side has that beveled edge design. Next, we have 10 grams of check leaf drops. Very nice. So mine are in the lilac swirl, light purple with a little bit of gray, and these are a 7x12 millimeter size with the hole running through the top of the bead, so they would just kind of drop down. I've used these in some necklaces where they sit around the neck like little drops on the bottom of a necklace. Really cute. And that extra veining detail that you see in the pressed glass. And then the last item in the base box, these are some check glass flower cups, 5 grams inside. Beautiful combination of metallics, golds and coppers and greens and pinks. Really, really cute. So that's everything in the base box. Not only do you get the pattern, you get everything you need to make that pattern along with extra beads, and you will probably have beads left over from the pattern. I like the mix of all different sorts of materials. You get crystals, you get a cabochon, 1 hole beads, 2 hole beads, And sometimes you get other things like additional findings and stringing materials. This is one of the first boxes where I haven't seen a lot of additional findings and things. It's just mainly beads, and I'm okay with that. Every month is different. It's a different surprise. And I think they did a great job with the base box. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, and I'm going to get the XL version of the box, which does overlap with this one, and we'll do a little compare and contrast. All right, so let's open up the XL box. Comes in the same type of sturdy box, exactly the same, and same theme as you can see. But when we flip over our card, you see a lot more items on the back in our list. And not only do we get the Polaris bracelet pattern and those contents, we also get another pattern with the contents that go with that, and a bonus third pattern. Now, the items aren't included for the third pattern, but of course you can find them on PotomacBeads.com if you wanted to do that, if you didn't have the materials, and plenty of beads for your stash, which also overlap with the beads we saw in the first box. So setting this down, here's our Polaris bracelet pattern, which we already saw. And then we have the Midas earrings by Allie. So we'll get everything we need to make these. There's a little diagram inside. And then this is the bonus pattern without the materials that go with this, but it looks like it's just a matter of using bugle beads and 11/0. So that's fun. It'll teach you how to do the spiral step stitch. And then below that, all of our contents, of course. So we have everything bagged up to go with each pattern. Here's the Polaris bracelet pattern contents. And just looking at this, I can tell these are exactly the same colors and everything. So we don't need to take any of these out. It's exactly the same to go with the Polaris bracelet. And as for the Midas earrings, looks like everything is in this bag. So let's take a look at what's inside of this to go with that pattern. All right, first we have some check faceted rounds in a 4mm size, and I received mine in this amethyst purple color, translucent glass. Looks like it might be similar to the picture that's on the pattern. And then next, some little tiny Potomac crystal rondelles in a 1.5 by 2mm size. And mine are in a turquoise color. These are so itty bitty, but I like that color with the purple. Third, we have some check drop beads, 9 by 6 size. And what's great, you can see in the pattern, it's only gonna require 2, and look how many you get in the bag. So these would be that same kind of chalk white Vega luster that we saw on the pie duos, or actually might be a little bit different, but it's similar. But it's a beautiful shade of purple, and you can see the hole drilled at the top there. So 2 of those will be used to drop off the bottom of the earrings. And we have another selection of size 11/0 seed beads. These are silver lined lichen, so a greenish shade. And then we have this sort of lilac pinkish purple size 15/0 Miyuki seed beads, cinnamon gold luster. So I really like the combination of colors. And if I get a chance, I will try to make these patterns and bring them to you in a finished jewelry update. We'll see. And this was hiding over there. This is actually the ear wires, the backs, and the wire guards that go along with the pattern. So there you go. You see, you get everything you need besides your needle and thread. Now, as for the additional items, I'm just pulling things as I get to them. So these are the same crystal disco balls in the exact same color. The check flower cups in the same color. Here's another one of those cabochons. This one has a additional stripe, I think. It's just a little bit different as far as the pattern goes, but the same color combination and size. Here are the Potomac crystals, and this bag does have just 3 in it, so I don't know. Somehow I got an additional one in that first box. Happy accident, but these are exactly the same. And the little leaves and the pie duo beads are also the exact same. As far as the other 2 items that were in the base box, these are just in different colors. So the silky beads, instead of being more of the really reddish copper, these are more of your traditional copper tone. And then the faceted rondelles, this is the opal jewel tone combination. So more like the sapphire blue and amethyst purple combination in this bag. All right, so I laid out the items from the Polaris bracelet just so you can see the full contents of everything in the XL box once we're all said and done. We have a few additional items in the for your stash section, kicking it off with some of these 8mm size check rounds in another beautiful metallic combination. So I like how they've included several different types of beads in that similar metallic mix, and it definitely goes along with their theme. We also have some size 8 Toho seed beads, another great brand, and this is a very toned down sort of iris combination. Frosted metallic green brown is what it's called. That's really neat. Also nice that they've included another size seed bead in this box, not just the 15s and 11s that we saw over here that go with those patterns. We also have some more Potomac crystals. These are blue zircon AB helix beads, 6mm, and there's 25 pieces in this bag. And here's that handful, very sparkly, just a slight rainbow AB finish on some parts of the bead, and different in terms of the way that they are cut and faceted. You could probably use these in place of another 6mm round if you wanted to and change it up and use something a little bit different, or just incorporate them on their own. That's a nice size handful of these crystal beads. They've also included a Potomac crystal moon. Lots of Potomac crystals since they are manufacturing a lot of these now, I'm sure. All right, so here is the moon, and it looks like it's in really good shape too. You can see that holes drilled pretty cleanly, and it's got a lot of sparkle from purples to pinks, blues, and a little bit of green. And there's a look at the back, very reflective. So that looks to be in very good shape. Cute pendant piece. We also have a selection of Czech cathedral beads in this light pink color with the metallic bronze on either side. Those are very small little 4mm beads, and it says there's 4 grams inside. And then last for our beads, we have a bag of Zoli duos. These are in periwinkle, it says, and it looks like they're backlit. So the back of them is a metallic silver, and then the front is kind of that Montana blue look to me just in this packaging. But you can see how they have that little paisley shape. You can use them sometimes the way you would use a paisley duo, although these are going to have a right and a left. And then another little item that they have included as a bonus, which I think is cute. This is a polishing cloth, Potomac Beads branded, and something that will certainly come in handy. That was nice to include that in the XL version. So that is everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed that side-by-side comparison to see what was in the base box and all of the things that you get in the XL box, which is what you see here below. The 3 different patterns and all of the beads to go along with 2 of those, as well as lots of beads for your stash. I think these boxes are a very good value, just especially because of the instruction that you get along with them. So if you are learning, there's a lot of value to go along with that, since you get the pattern and the videos to go along with those at no extra charge. Plus, they have a lot of other ideas on their site if you're looking for other patterns or you're not sure what to do with some of these beads. I like the different selection, like I said, with the base box of all the different types of things that you get. Looks like we got a lot more crystals this time instead of getting additional findings. So we'll have to see if that's a pattern going forward or if that's just this month, but I am fine with getting more beads, so no complaints there. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this month's Potomac Bead Best Bead Box selections, or anything else you'd like to say. Don't forget, I'll leave the link to these subscriptions right down below the video and the coupon code OPAL10, which will save you 10% off any subscription that you sign up for. If you enjoyed this video and if it was helpful for you to get a closer look at the contents, and if you enjoyed it, feel free to give the video a big thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate that. And definitely hit that subscribe button while you're here so you can be back when I'm posting new content. I'll be back again real soon, and until next time, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.